Again, what's up with the microphone? What's up with the microphone? There we go. Been driving to the office, running a little late, but no worries. Luckily, my live over 5G works, so I can run this while I'm on the go. And yeah, so heading to the office, was thinking of doing this from there and seeing if there's a Q&A, if anybody wants to ask me anything, and if not, then I'm gonna recap the weekend, set the stages for the weekend. Well, the week is not over yet. I still have 2 more days to go. Weekend is it's a perfect day to get stuff done. A weekend is a good opportunity to get stuff done. That's how I always look at it, and it gets more quiet because most of the people, they don't do anything over the weekend, so it's like more for me. And I published actually 3 videos today. One on my podcast channel with my friend. That's in Finnish. That's a different thing. But then also one real estate video is actually, it's going to come out later today. It's not out yet, but it will be there. Very different style, very different type of topic compared to what the first 3 are, the long videos. This is shorter. This is about mindset that I think, kind of like a mental model that I think will be beneficial for people who run their own business, whether it's a development firm or any kind of business. And I also published a video on this channel. I would have said other channel, but no, it's this channel, right? Where I run the lives. And it's about, what was it about? Well, you gotta check it out. Well, yeah, I know. It's about how I try to avoid regret and all of that good stuff. So it's only 4 minutes, 4.5 maybe max. So it's gonna be an easy watch. So go take a look at it and see what you like. The same applies to all of the content that I do. So I would like to get more feedback from people. So good and bad, and the ugly, everything that you guys think is useful and valuable. So that's that. I'm here at the office. Let me walk up there and keep this thing going. And like I said, the idea is to see if there's people who join. I know it's Friday, middle of the day for many people, but some people have already started probably their weekend. Anyhow, we're approaching the end of the week, so see if there's questions, and then I'll do my best in providing answers. And then, like I said, set the stage for the next couple of days and see what's going on next week. So, but anyhow, let me just get out of the car and go to the office. It's a beautiful day. Mid-September, sun is still shining, 20 degrees, roughly 68 in Fahrenheit. Can't complain. I know this is going to change soon, but if you're going to enjoy what lasts. Let's see, I've got too much stuff here. Too much stuff in my hand. Okay, gotta lock the car. Gets tricky. This gets tricky. It gets tricky. Man. Why can't the car lock itself? Yes, it can. Maybe I don't have the right settings. Yeah, in the same hallway. This is where I recorded the video yesterday. It's kind of funny. I wanted to try something different. Real estate channel. So I walked up these stairs, started the video in my car, walked up, opened the door, then I used the whiteboard. So wanted to try something different in terms of delivery. And we'll see how people react to that. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of attention on the real estate channel yet, but I'm hoping that's going to change. Yeah, it's running. What was I saying? Yeah, it's not hard. It's just expensive when you have your value chain, and of course it's on me to pick the right partners. The warning signs were there, to be perfectly honest. So I can only blame myself, and I'm not here to blame anybody. Try to find people to point fingers at. But yes, I should have known better. And then the problem was that when the market was doing so well, many of these companies who were kind of on the bubble, they were able to just keep going, move on to the next project because there was always more work. When all of a sudden, when the bottom fell off, this is what happens with real estate all of a sudden. So it's like it's a boom and bust market. Now it's been going well globally in many markets for a very, very long time because of this money printing and all of that, the budget deficits and stuff like that. So the loose money has found its way into assets because smart people understand that when there's money printing, when there's inflation, built-in inflation in the system, the only way for you to protect yourself is to buy assets, wealth-creating assets. Long story. But then, so what I was saying basically is that when the bottom fell off and we all of a sudden saw that properties didn't sell anymore, the prices started to decline. So many of them, these companies were not in the best possible financial shape. They just went belly up and they went bankrupt. And that's what happened to my GC as well. So therefore, I'm in a tough spot with many of these projects because I have to then kind of find the other handymen or fixers or people, whoever. And I just got a call this week about a tile job that was fixed once out of my pocket. And now the owner calls me again that there's moisture damage again. So the original fix was not good enough, was not sufficient. So now I have to send somebody else over, retile the whole bathroom, redo the water barrier underneath the tile that really seals the deal. Find the tile, and yeah, it's all. I mean, that's part of the game. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that when you have a startup elsewhere, which I'm doing with the content and coaching stuff, so-called, I guess you could say, education business that I wanted to start last year, it would be a lot nicer if you didn't have these legacy problems to deal with. So you're pouring money into something that's no longer your number one priority, and then at the same time, you're not making enough on the other front. But anyhow, look at the bright side. What would I tell somebody in my shoes? Well, I mean, I'm not. I'm actually grateful for all the adversity because it's just, I know that I'm pushing hard. If I didn't have any adversity or challenges, I would be living in my comfort zone. And that I know is something I would regret down the road. We always overestimate the pain and underestimate the regret. There's a huge secret there. What does that mean in practice? Overestimate the pain. We think always the worst case is going to happen because we have a hard time dealing with uncertainty. And then we don't understand how painful the long term is going to be. In other words, people prioritize easy short term over hard long term, whereas they should do it the other way around. Make hard short term choices so that your long term conditions are better and easier. Easier is the wrong word, but you get the point. Because regret is what terrifies me the most. It's the most expensive thing in life. Is a regret. How do you avoid regret? You ask yourself, what are the things that I need to do today so that I don't regret them at 90? That's how I look at it. It's my biggest nightmare. What am I afraid of? I think every parent is always quote unquote afraid of something happening to their kids because I don't think we have a built-in coping mechanism for that. That's just human nature. And I don't know how that would play out. I mean, I don't even want to go there mentally, but the only thing beyond that I'm quote unquote afraid of is that I have regrets down the road. And that's why I'm willing to go full steam ahead, take risks, and go flat out. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, leave my comfort zone do scary shit, so that because I know myself so well that I can't just live with regret. Being in my deathbed and somebody telling me that, look, you don't have any time to move to this country or start this business or, I don't know, meet this person or, I don't know, experience this and that. That would just be just, I couldn't live with that. I mean, to each his own. I mean, that's fine, but that's just mine. So that's why I live the way I live. Live life on my own terms. Great day. Very nice. This ends up being a good live. So we've got 70 minutes going on, even though there hasn't been really that much interaction, but I think I was able to, I can talk things through a little bit, at least in my own head. If nothing else, this is just a mechanism for me, a channel for me to clear my head, channel my thoughts, somehow clarify my own thinking, I guess. I have this holder here, as you can probably figure. I didn't have this in the past, so it came off once. I think my suction thing here is actually strong enough. It's attached to my display screen in the car. It was funny, somebody asked me a couple of days ago if I'm driving a Rolls Royce. Not that it's a bad comment or question. No, I'm not. I don't know if I even. I mean, I think Rolls Royce is a nice car. I'm not sure if I. I'm not sure if I'm a Rolls Royce kind of guy. Why not? Why not? But anyhow, anyhow, less than 2 months, roughly a month and a half. I'm going to go to Spain for over a month. I was thinking of doing. So the last, I would say, 3 years, winter. Well, I mean the whole year. I've traveled like a lot. I mean, crazy. I've done crazy many trips every year. This year, actually, how many times? Maybe 5 trips so far. So yeah, a decent amount. But I think I will only do one more this year, and that's going to be that 1 month long stay. I got an Airbnb for a little over a month in Spain. I go beginning of November. So instead of traveling several times during the winter, I'm just trying to go maybe do a couple of longer trips. So one before Christmas and the other one after. I think that's what I'm leaning towards right now. So we'll see. That's the thinking. That's the thinking. Why in the winter? Because I'm not the biggest fan of winter here in winter here in Scandinavia. Summer is the best, but winter not so much. It gets dark and cold, so I'm trying to, now that my kids are getting older, I'm trying to spend more and more time elsewhere. And maybe, I would say, 2 to 3 years down the road, maybe gradually move towards this, what I call a hybrid mode, where I would spend maybe, I don't know, 7 to 8 months of the year here and then the winter time elsewhere. It could be, it doesn't need to be Southern Europe, it could be, I could easily see myself going back to the US too, but it all depends on my kids. So if they are here in Europe, I mean, it's not realistic for me to move anywhere permanently because I just want to be close to them. One of those things that I know myself so well that I would regret it if I didn't do it. I mean, if I didn't spend enough time with them or be close to them. They get older and older, they don't want to hang out with me anymore, and that's understandable. But I've been fortunate that they still want to travel with me, at least occasionally. We'll see how we're going to do it this year, but I was surprised. I asked both of my kids if they wanted to go somewhere for them this Christmas, and usually we've always, usually been somewhere. Last Christmas, New Year's, we were in California and San Diego seeing friends and family, well, not family, friends. And this time they both were like, yeah, we don't really feel like going anywhere. I was super surprised. But again, because I guess I was automatically thinking that Christmas isn't that important to them. Why? I don't know, because maybe it's not that important to me. And maybe I always want to go somewhere else when the weather isn't that good. But they obviously are entitled to think differently and do things their way, and I respect that, of course. So we'll see what we're gonna do. We'll see what we're gonna do. Maybe it's gonna be more than during the ski break. My son actually is gonna go to Barcelona with his friends. That's what he told me. He just organized the trip himself, and I guess four guys, they're going to see Barcelona play soccer, and then got an Airbnb and whatnot. So good for them, creating memories. Good for them. But yeah, also, and I guess that's one of the reasons why he wasn't too eager to go anywhere this October when the fall break takes place. Well, my daughter still goes. I mean, she's in school, in high school, so that would be the best opportunity for her to travel. But we'll see. We will see. Toista 60. Interesting. Okay, I have this parking permit here for the place I'm going to. Not a lot of comments or questions today, guys, which is fine, of course. I'm looking at it selfishly because I enjoy that. I enjoy the questions and the comments. There we go. Slow. Show me your car. What do you want to see? Like interior? I'm driving the CLS. Something like this, right? It's my car. Is that good? Ah, there we go. I'm a car guy, I have to admit, but I've been driving this. I'm trying to take the rational approach nowadays, not the emotional one. I've been saying this out loud many times that I used to have many cars, but now I don't. I just have this one. I've had the same car for 4 or 5 years, maybe. Why? Because I put my money elsewhere. Yes, if I had a lot more money, I would probably get something different, but I don't know. I like this one. This has probably been, out of the so-called practical cars, this has probably been my best car so far. I've enjoyed this a lot. It's fast enough. It's got plenty of torque. I don't know if it's luxurious. I mean, yeah, I like the way it looks still, even though obviously everything gets old at some point, but yeah. But you get older, you start having different priorities, but I still get excited about cars. Electric, I have nothing against, but it's the character. I mean, to me, I'm very visual. I like good looking things, aesthetic things, Many of the electric cars look funky to me, but I do appreciate the technology and the instant torque and the way they drive. I mean, there's that modern thing that really, I think, pops. So that's one. But then I'm old school also in a sense that I appreciate a proper sports car sound, you know what I mean? And that type of stuff. It's just hard to beat when you grew up that way. It is, yeah, it's one of those things that, I mean, it's been always close to my heart. There's nothing like the V12 that starts, V8, so to say. Drive safe, thank you. OMG. Let's see, drive safe. Making 100 subs, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, many guys we are car people. We grew up that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as, I mean, I think this is my 2 cents on cars and material things. Many people think that getting the next thing, an expensive watch or expensive car or bigger house is going to make you happy. But I think that's one of the biggest traps in life. And when you're young, you can't really probably relate to that, and that's fine. I don't expect you to. But there's been plenty. I mean, again, and maybe this is not going to resonate with you, but um, according to studies, money makes you happy or can make you happy in three different ways. Number one, you buy experiences. So you spend money on something that creates memories. And that traveling is probably the best example of that. Or going to a concert or I don't know, basketball game or hockey game or whatever your thing is with your loved ones. And people remember those things. You don't remember the popcorn that you bought, but you remember the feeling, the experience, the people around you, and that the whole thing. Number two, you buy yourself time, which means that let's say you don't like cleaning or vacuuming your property, you hire somebody to do that, which gives you time, and then you can use that time to maybe do number one, create experiences. And then number three, you can donate it. And these are the three ways that, according to studies, make people happier when it comes to money. Of course, if you have nothing and you can't pay your bills and you don't have food in the fridge, of course, that's going to make you feel safer and happier if you get to that level too, obviously. But I think people have this illusion that when I get this, if I get that, then I will be happier. And that's always, I think, a trap because um, you think the material thing is going to make you happy. No. I once went through this exercise that, and I would recommend everybody to do it. So ask yourself, when was the last time I was really happy? So this week, last week, today, yesterday, and then ask yourself, what is that you did during that day? Write it down. And then look at that list. And usually, at least in my case, it has very little to do with how much money I had in my bank account or what kind of a car I drove. It was very simple things. And I think that's just should be an eye opener to many people. So, can you show me all your cars in the next video? I only have this one. I said I used to have cars, plenty of cars. I don't have anymore. So I don't have. And to get good at live, I mean you speak so fluently. How to get good at something live. When I do live, I can see problem. The pressure of doing live is so overwhelming. I get that. Actually, to me, it's funny. If you watch my content, I don't know if you do, but I've been doing these videos for a year and a half. Not lives, but just overall content. And I think I've come a long way, but my biggest challenge, I would say, in front of the camera is that I haven't been as natural as I would have wanted to be when recording so-called normal content like my long videos. Live is much more natural to me, believe it or not. This is just my way of doing it. And I've been trying to bring these live experiences or the way I deliver something, kind of like much more natural way into my other videos as well. And I think I've been able to do that a little bit. I still have a long way to go, but this is the way I would like to teach, educate, and talk in my other videos too. But this is like anything else in life, in my opinion. You just get good at it or better at it by practicing, putting in the reps, doing a lot of volume, and then gradually, step by step, you get better. So that's how I look at it. There is no shortcut. And in the beginning, you probably were not here when I talked about fear and stuff. We automatically, I mean, there's really three things. Think of it this way. So you are here right now, and this is where you are, and this here in the middle is the pain, is the fear, is the dark cloud, and on that side of the pain is your endless possibilities. This sounds like a cliche, but that's so true. And many people try to avoid the pain and the dark cloud and the fear in the middle. So they kind of like try to stay away from it. But really, the solution is the opposite, that you find a way how to get close to it. Like if lives scare the shit out of you, then you find a way how to do more of them, how to get closer, how to enjoy the pain. And it's like, bring it on. Come on, bring it on. That's, I mean, and there's no other way. And how do you motivate yourself? This is how I do it. I can only speak for myself. This is how I do it. I ask myself, is this something, doing lives, getting better in front of the camera, delivering my message, is this something that I have to do now so that I don't regret it at 90? Again, you might be a lot younger than me, so that might not resonate. But regret has been such a huge motivator for me always throughout my life. Even if I was 19 or 21, I deep down was able to have that conversation. Not as strong as today, but still I was able to have that conversation that, okay, do I have to do this thing now so that I don't regret it later? And that ultimately is my number one motivator. Why do I do things? Because I know that if I don't do it, like you, in your case, ask yourself, do you have to get better in front of the camera? Why? Is that connected to a bigger motivator or bigger dream or goal in your life? And if that's the thing, like ask yourself, is this, if I don't do it now, and let's say you're 25, I don't know how old you are. If you're 25, ask yourself, if I don't do it now, am I going to regret it at 30? You don't have to put yourself in your shoes when you're 90, but like, what about 5 years from now? That's much closer to somebody younger than me. Maybe that's the right time frame. You know what I mean? So ask yourself that. If I don't do it now, who's going to go there? Yeah. So, who do I give the power to? Because if you don't do it, if you don't expose yourself to criticism and humiliation and embarrassment, you basically give power to those people that criticize you. That's the craziest shit ever. You know? Yeah, if you're gonna, you know it already now, so then you just might as well go full steam ahead. Just do it. You know? That's how I look at it. It's gonna be fine, and who cares? Somebody makes some nasty comments, so what? It's like, move on. If you let that, I mean, if you let the bad stuff influence you, you're also addicted to the positives. You know, if you get high on the positives, you're probably gonna be influenced greatly by the negatives. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I can, but I've been focusing more on Instagram. I mean, on YouTube. I don't really have a following on Instagram, so that's why. I mean, this is the only channel I have some traction on. So I've been doing this. I've been doing this. So yeah. But it's been 90 minutes, guys. So I mean, this is the way it always goes. So towards the end, there's more interaction, and just have to run these things longer. That's what I notice, because I think the algorithm is supporting my persistence, my consistency. So just keep the live going, and then people start showing up later. But you need just two phones, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, there's no being late. That's okay. I mean, there is, don't worry about it. I think, I don't know how the algorithm, I don't, well, the platform works. I think the longer you stay on, the more it's kind of like showing your live in people's short feeds. That's how I think it works. What do you think? I don't know. You guys know better than me. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I enjoy these every time, especially when when it starts to get more interactive. So that's good. That's very good. I'm in the parking lot. I can still talk for a little bit if you guys have any questions, or if not, then I'm gonna get going. But I'm not in a hurry. Yeah, I'm gonna record one video tomorrow probably. It's gonna be for this channel, and then do another live. I could do another live on Sunday. Yeah, you do live. You pop up first. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you're a subscriber, you probably didn't see it. And it's tricky because I have people. I think my subscribers are in three different continents. Like I have people in Europe, then in the US, and in Asia. So it's all, it depends on what time people are active, depending on their time zone, depending on the time of the day, and all of that. So that's it's kind of the way it works too. But live to me is the real. I mean, I love this because it's raw and real. There's no edit. There's every single mistake is being shown. I fuck up, people see it. That's why it's brutal. Well, I don't feel like it's brutal, but it is very transparent, and I like transparency. I like honesty and authenticity. So therefore, I think the future is in live content. Those people who have enough courage to show up and expose themselves to mistakes and whatnot. There's no post production. There's no edits. There's nothing. There's just like there is no edits. I can't edit anything, and that's the beauty of it. I don't have to worry about the tweaks here and there or the lighting here and there. It's natural. All the mistakes. So that's the beauty of it. Because if you think about it, AI is gonna make it so much easier for people to make content in the future. So almost anybody, probably, I don't know, 6 months, 12 months from now, with the push of a button, you can just create whatever. But live is live. I mean, there is nobody here. There is no AI here. What do you mean by shadow ban the video if it's great content? What does shadow banning mean? I don't believe in that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know enough. I believe that if you're good enough, talking about myself, if I'm good enough, people will find my videos eventually. Might take a little longer, but if I deliver value, if I add value with my stuff going forward, I mean, people will find my stuff. It's inevitable because it's in the platform's best interest to show stuff that people like, because that's how, when think about it, if this was your business, if you owned YouTube, what would you want? You would want people to spend as much time on your platform as possible. Why? Because that way you can you can get companies to advertise there, right? So you get more volume. It's a positive spiral. So it's a positive snowball effect. So it's in your best interest to make sure that people see the best content. So if I have good quality content, YouTube wants to show it. Yeah, I mean, good, more than enough. I mean, I appreciate the comment, but I don't know. I mean, time will tell. What is good enough? I mean, maybe I'm okay, but it doesn't mean that I make any money, or it doesn't mean that I get enough clients. That's a whole different thing, because maybe speaking in front of the camera is one aspect, but then there's the whole monetization part. Do I know how to turn the attention into something else? And there's all of that. So, I mean, the jury is still out, but I look at it this way, that I don't have to worry about it because I always get what I deserve in the long enough time horizon. So think about it. So why do people worry about the short-term results? Because they think that, I don't know, that they got screwed or luck plays a role. I don't think there's any luck. I mean, short-term, yes, for sure. But if you zoom out, if you take 5 years, luck has zero role in your success or lack thereof. Yeah, you can always improve. Yeah, that's your goal for every day in life, to get better, to get better, to get better. A little bit, 0.1%. That's how I look at it. It's just my way of doing it. So that's good. But when you will come live next time, I'm thinking Sunday. Let me think. Monday for sure, because I'm gonna have a photo shoot. That's gonna be cool. So around 1 o'clock my time, which will be, well, it's impossible for the US, but 1 p.m. Monday afternoon, I'm gonna have a photo shoot at a cool gym. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have my live going, and I'm gonna have you guys. You guys can see what I train, and then the guy's gonna take pictures of me for sure Monday, and then I'm thinking Sunday as well. Sunday around 5-ish, 5 p.m. here. I'm thinking roughly the same time. Hey, boss. Hey, how's it going? Monday, 1 p.m. No, not U.S. time. Sorry. No, I'm no. 1 p.m. Europe. I mean GMT +3. Where are you? Which time zone are you in? So it's now 5:37 p.m. here. Whatever it is, your time. So 4.5 hours before this, earlier than this time slot. See what I mean? But Sunday I'm gonna do one as well. Yeah, promise. I will announce that beforehand, so you know what time. And I will announce the Monday one as well. So you will just watch my check my community post, and you'll see it there. I'll do a better job going forward announcing my lives in the future. Thank you for the compliment about the handsome guy. IST. Yeah. So yeah, I will announce that. So you will see it on the calendar. It's gonna be there. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. The Monday one is gonna be cool. Sunday I'll probably take it from the office or from my home. No, actually, you know what? My son might have a hockey game. So then I'll let you know what time the Sunday. There will be one on Sunday. There will be one on Monday, but I'll let you know what the times are. Yeah, I gotta check the schedule. I'm gonna go to my son's game. So, but again, I gotta run, guys. Now I need to. Somebody's waiting for me. This got busier as like the way it always gets towards the end. So I kind of my father is calling. I have to go. You're doing so great. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thanks, guys, for being there. Sorry, I have to cut it short now. Well, not short, 100 minutes, but I'm gonna do one on Sunday and Monday, so I will announce those. And then thanks for being there. Thanks for the comments. I appreciate that. And then stay tuned. Let's hang out later. And thank you.